Like I would enter and it would be a 1 to 6, just like that.
Yeah, 6% in just how many? How long?
It's actually just few hours.
Yeah, a few hours for 6%.
Yeah, it took like less than 12 hours.
Yeah, it's too fast. Chào mừng các bạn quay trở lại với mInvest, mình là Minh. Và các bạn có xem những video của mình thì chắc hẳn các bạn đã có nhớ một cái tập mình phỏng vấn với các bạn trader người nước ngoài. Nhưng cái phong cách đánh của bạn ấy là một cái phong cách đánh mà đến thời điểm hiện tại mình vẫn rất là ngưỡng mộ và rất là thán phục. Khi mà cái stop loss của bạn ấy để cái mức rất là ngắn, nó chỉ khoảng đâu đấy dưới 10 pip khi mà bạn đưa ra những nhận định và những phân tích về vàng. Và phong cách đánh chủ yếu của bạn ấy là theo một phong cách mới, đấy chính là về SMC. Thì đến thời điểm hiện tại như mình đã nói, mình vẫn rất là ngưỡng mộ và rất là khâm phục bạn ấy. Thì ở trong ngày hôm nay mình có một cơ hội, đấy là bạn ý có một chuyến du lịch, bạn quay trở lại Việt Nam nên là mình tranh thủ dành thời gian. Thứ nhất là qua thăm bạn ý, và thứ hai nữa là mình muốn qua thăm để hỏi bạn ý xem là với cái phong cách đánh cũng như là với những cái điều của bạn ý đang áp dụng ở trong quá khứ, đến thời điểm hiện tại thì bạn có thay đổi gì hay không, và cái hành trình của bạn ý có cái điều gì mới hay không. Và mình hy vọng là mình sẽ học được thêm nhiều điều, nhất là về phân tích kỹ thuật đối với bạn ý ở trong thời điểm hiện tại. Và chúng ta sẽ cùng bắt đầu các bạn ý nhé. So hi Roman, it's a very long time when I see you last time. So can you introduce yourself again to the mInvest member?
Yeah, sure. So for the one who don't know me, I am Romain from Pip Center. I come from France and I am on a vacation here. And now I am a full-time trader, and my strategy is based on SMC, smart money concept. And I am here to teach what I learned throughout the years, and yeah.
So you had my Forex Fund, the certificate last year, right?
Yeah.
So at the moment, is there any change or any upgrade to your technique or your trading skills?
Yeah, I guess so. That I worked a lot on my emotion control, and for that I actually had to decrease my risk reward. To have a lower risk reward, but it increased my win rates, which make it easier for all that is about emotion control, because less losses and smaller profit, but less losses is important. As if you want to be a long time in this business.
So I'm quite curious about the trader in French. Do they have any different from Vietnamese trader or?
Yeah, I think that the difference that we have is that because French people don't speak English very well, so they cannot understand most of the SMC content, SMC lessons on YouTube. Even we have French SMC, but it's not very famous. So most of the strategy is like support and resistance, basically.
So do they use any indicators like the simple moving average, the Bollinger Band, the RSI, something like that?
Yeah, I think most of the thing we use is moving average and also RSI, and maybe also some
Bollinger Bands.
Okay.
So they do not have any higher or some special or secret technique or secret skills?
No, but there's no secret technique anyway, but I would say that they use the all good way. And I still like this way. My SMC trading plan is not like 100% SMC. It's just a mix of everything. I just use mostly supply demand, so I made my own thing, and I'm not only thinking that SMC is the best. It's not only the best. There's many things also good.
So what about the investment? Do you have any changes from the last time we met? You mainly focus on the major pair, or now you can change to the commodities like gold, silver, or something like that?
I'm still on major pairs.
Major pair.
But I also trade more gold now. I'm trading gold, and also some Nasdaq, but on a different session, on the New York session.
What about the oil?
Oil sometimes, but it's happened like just a few times in a year. It's not my best.
And about the trading techniques, do you have any upgrade, any changes, any do you learn something new from the last time we met?
Yeah, actually I have a lot of changes in my strategy. and it's mostly, like I said, risk reward and win rate that is different, but also I use more limits orders, which help me to have not to miss trades when it's not the right time to open it. So I do like half immediate orders and half of limits. And also I change I'm more careful with liquidity now. I really try to avoid liquidity pools, and I mean I try to be more careful with my demand and supply, and to look for better order blocks. So I have maybe quality over quantity.
And what about the stop hunt? Do you have anything, or do you have any technique to avoid the stop hunt?
Yeah, it's to really read charts about the liquidity. So it's to avoid inducement, like I say in one of the video. Avoid inducements and look for liquidity sweep before to enter the trade, and have a slightly stop loss above. I mean, just to give 2 or 3 pips more to have below the low or the high, to have just more room in case of the market moving. Also, I got something new now. I have a Telegram group where I share my trades as seniors, and I also share my analysis and trade ideas. And it's I send my trades daily there with all the information that you need to have. As you can see now, this is my private group, and I give the trade with all the take profit and stop loss. Also, I share the analysis to also understand what I did to find this trade, and I also show like the proof of entry and take profit, and also some like free analysis there, some pictures, some results.
So as I can see here, you have the very good trade with the tight stop loss and the very high risk reward ratio.
Yes, it's pretty high, the risk reward, not like before, but it's more wins. So
the win rate is now increased.
Yes, and I also have stop loss, but it's small, so it's like compared
to the take profit.
It like compensates with the take profit. Like here it's like 17, but I have high profits, high pips targets.
Yeah. So it's really great. So can you do the analysis of something the most impressive trade from the last week?
Yeah, from the last week I could do a breakdown of the trade.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to do a full breakdown of a trade that I took last week. It's a USD CHF, and so let's start with the daily time frame. We can see that it's been a long time that it's been bearish, so I was looking for a sell.
Yeah, so
from there,
can we stop it here? How do you identify the trend? How do you identify the trend using SMC? Yeah, it's SMC, but basically, I mean, from the beginning, it's like price action. I just see that it's really bearish for a long time. I see a couple of break of structure, which is from SMC, but I mainly look for the price action. So the first thing is identify the trend. So here is the downtrend from the daily time frame.
That's right.
Yeah. Then we move to the lower time frame.
Yeah.
The 4 hours.
So I move to the 4 hour time frame. This time is to look for my order blocks.
Yeah.
This one I found it from the 2 hours order block, 2 hours time frame. So actually I found this candle over there. That was interesting for me. So I was looking for a sell there. Also, it was okay to take a trade here as a sell, but for me this is inducement. So that many traders get stopped out from here because the liquidity was not taken out. And here we had the liquidity sweep that I was waiting for from the order block. And here we have a break of structure. So I was looking for a continuation, and we can look. So actually I went down to the 15-minute time frame, and I saw this candle. This move down. So this trade was a bit different than the other one because I didn't use a limit. I entered the market immediate order from here. So I didn't take this risky entry there. I waited for retracement actually.
So this is your stop loss?
Yeah,
It's
my stop loss.
Only 13 pips.
Yeah, 13 pips. And I didn't want to use my stop loss above the order block, above the supply, because instead it would be like 25 pips.
Yes.
So I could also do that, but my risk reward would be smaller. So I set my stop loss above the last high, about 15-minute high.
But is that too risky to put the stop loss there?
Yeah, it was more risky, but it doubled my risk reward. So yeah, of course it was more risky, but because I have this reaction already, I was expecting for the market not to go above this area. But because if I go on the lower time frame, we can see a break of structure already. Yeah, it was there. I mean, this was a change of character over there on the really lower time frame. So it was a good point for me. This trade was really simple. I only use the supply zone and avoid the liquidity over there, and then just wait for a move down, a retracement, and then I enter. And the trade was held for 2 days. And what was impressive was my take profit. It was really just perfect from here. And so yeah, trade was last 2 days because there it's the Asian session and there is the other Asian session. So I hold for 2 days.
So in your experience, how do you avoid the liquidity there?
I avoid it because it simply did not hit my supply, and that's it. I mean, if we make it like this, if we make it bigger, if we don't refine the supply, okay, it hit there. But for me, it was not enough. The market didn't tape for me, didn't tape in the supply, and it would have to go at least over there. For me, it was still liquidity, but this trade was still valid for some traders. But for me, I wanted to wait for another confluence to make sure.
Yeah, more secure.
Yeah.
And then the price go there again to the supply, and then you look at the signal.
Yeah.
You make a sell. A sell here.
Yeah, that's where I made a sale, and I also sent this trade in the private group.
So at the moment, do you still think this pair will still going down in the future?
Yeah, I think it might just make a retracement, maybe to this area as an example, and it might go lower, furthermore, because we have lower lows and keeps making new lows, but there is a big demand zone over there. That's from where the market reacted, from this zone. It reacted over there, and I guess it could just keep going down and invalid this demand zone, or maybe just gonna react from this one, from the demand, which didn't do yet. There is still liquidity for me. There is sell side liquidity over there, and if the market is going to switch to bullish, for me it has to tape into this area of demand or this area of demand. So there is two possibilities for now.
So we still keep the eye on this pair and looking for some changing here in the supply zone, in the demand zone, right?
Yeah, that's right. And for now, we can keep selling if we find opportunities from there. So I might take more sales until the market really show me some bullish pressure. For now, it didn't. But this bullish is pretty big and it's pretty impressive. So we might have a big reaction to buy in a few weeks, actually. Yeah.
So your most favorite time frame to trade is 5-minute time frame?
Actually, just for my entries. So my favorite one, the one I really love, is just to draw, to make demand and supply on the 4-hour time frame.
4 hours?
Yes, just to look for my areas. Look for if I'm going to buy or sell. It's my favorite one, and then it comes the boring part where I have to wait, see how the market reacts, and then enter the trade. Or if I use a limit, I just go on the 15-minute time frame, even 30-minute time frame. But if I enter immediate, yeah, I go to 5 minutes lower.
What about the 1 minute time frame?
I don't use it much. I might use it really if my stop loss is small. If it's really gonna be almost a scalp trade. It depends how the market is, but if the higher time frame allows me to have a small stop loss, then I'm going to go really lower on the time frame to just refine my entry.
Yeah. So let me summarize again. You do find the supply and demand zone on 4-hour time frame.
Even daily. Yeah.
Even daily, and then
Yes.
you go to the lower time frame. And the most favorite things is 15 minutes.
Yes, for entry. Exactly. Yeah.
What about the 1 hour and 2 hour time frame?
I also use this time frame for my supply and demand, but for smaller ones. Actually, what I do is that I use mostly 1 hour and 2 hour time frame to look for the candlestick, to look to refine my demand, so I have a bigger risk reward without taking more risk. So it's for example, on this trade, I found my order block. I found it with the 4 hours time frame, but I actually went to look for this candle, this one, and that's where I draw my my area. If I was not doing this, maybe my area would be like this. It would be a huge stop loss, and I didn't want that, so I went to look for this candle, this one. So that's why I use this time frame, 1 hour and 2 hour. I look for the perfect candle.
Yeah. Okay. So we have the most impressive trade of last week. Also, in the last week, do you have any losing one?
Yes, also I did.
I thought you were 100% winning.
No, this doesn't happen. So yeah, we took a loss on GBP GPY. And now I'm on the 4 hour time frame. We can see this this big candlestick without the body. It's due to liquidity grab from this demand zone. So if I go on the 4 hour time, 2 hour time frame, we can see more clearly that actually the market choose this order block. So that's why I said I look for my candles from 2 hours order block, like this actually, to have really a precise one. Because if I go on the 4 hour, I cannot see it. I cannot see where to choose it. So on the 2 hour, I choose this candle, and there we have tape into the order block, grab the liquidity, and then go down and probably gonna keep pushing down. And the reason why I lost the trade, I think, is because I took my order block was within the essentiation, because it's less likely to hold, except for GPY, NZD, and Australian dollar also. So, but for this one is GBP CHF, so it doesn't include. I should maybe choose this area, but because I saw this big bullish candle, I was really expecting the market not to go back to this order block, just to drop down from there. And I liked the trade. I didn't want to miss it, so that's what I did. And we had a loss on this trade, but it's 17 pips, 17, so it's still okay. And I would not recommend to use my stop loss there, because it would be a really big stop loss. But the thing to do was, better thing was to choose this zone and set the stop loss above. So yeah, that's it for this trade. Also, I would like to add that we had a Fibonacci level confirming at my favorite level, 0.79. So for me, everything was good for my trade, except this essentiation of the block.
So it's just unlucky trade.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. So can you move to the lower time frame, like 50 minutes, so you can see that clearly?
Oh yeah, sure. Yes. So
you got a stop hand there.
Yeah.
Actually, you got the profit for this trade. And
yeah.
Then price went back.
Yeah. The trade was at break even, but didn't close any profit because my target was here. My first target was here as take profit 1 here, and take profit 2 was there, so didn't take any profits from this trade. But it was really good beginning, so expected.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talk about the winning one, the losing one, and what about the missing? You prepare for that trade very carefully. You watch the chart, and then suddenly you missed it for some reason.
That's right. So it happens sometimes to miss a trade. So I want to show this example. So we were on a bearish train, really bearish, but I found order block at demand zone, actually from the 2 hours time frame, and we had a nice reaction from actually liquidity grab was there. The market first step into the demand zone. Here we have a chain of character, break of structure, and a nice bullish candles. So I was looking for buys from this zone, and actually stop loss below here, not below the candlestick, the wick, not below the wick, but below the order block. So it was also 17 pips stop loss, risk reward 1 to 6 barely, and I was supposed to actually enter from here, from this area. So also a really simple trade, but we had everything: change of character, break of structure, and liquidity grab from there. So my entry would be there, and my take profit would be at the swing high there.
But why did you miss this?
I didn't put a limit. I didn't set a buy limit. I was like, I didn't trust much this liquidity. I didn't trust it. I wanted to enter from immediate transaction, immediate buys, and it happened that I was not looking at this market at this time, and as you can see, the market moves so fast without giving any retracement, without giving another maybe 5 minutes order block. It didn't do that, so I could not enter. I didn't want to FOMO or do anything of like this, so it's a miss one.
So next time I think that you should put an alert or something.
An alert, like I actually have to, I told myself to set more alerts to because it would be 6% because I risk 1% per trade. That would be a 6% trade. It could be just make a good week already.
Yeah.
You need to be more careful 6%. With that.
Nearly past the first one from the challenge.
Yeah, that's right. So it's pretty good. Like even I didn't take it. I like the fact to see that I'm doing this. You know, like I would enter and it would be a 1 to 6, just like that.
Yeah, 6% in just how many? How long?
It's actually just few hours.
Yeah, a few hours for 6%.
Yeah, it took like less than 12 hours.
Yeah, it's too fast.
Yeah, it happens many times when I wait for liquidity grab and I enter in the white place, the market will just make the move really fast. That's why I like SMC to avoid drawdown. Like we avoid liquidity sweeps. We enter after, not before. So we avoid all the liquidity that is occurring, takes many hours. We avoid this. We enter at the last moment. So we might miss more trades, sure, but we also have fast trades, but also a bit more losses, but they are recovered with the risk reward, basically.
Yeah. Vậy là ở trong cái video ngày hôm nay thì chúng ta đã học và mình thấy là đối với bản thân mình, không biết các bạn như thế nào, nhưng với bản thân mình học được rất là nhiều cái về cái phong cách đánh, cũng như là về cái cách mà khi mà bạn đi phân tích từ những cái setup thắng, những cái setup thua, đến cả những cái thời điểm mà chúng ta cảm thấy là đôi khi chúng ta bị miss mất cái setup và rất là nuối tiếc. Thì có một câu hỏi cuối mình vẫn muốn hỏi bạn ý, đấy chính là có lời khuyên gì nếu chúng ta muốn biết thêm về SMC và ở trong thời điểm hiện tại. Thì sau cái buổi phỏng vấn này thì mình sẽ ngồi lại mình học thêm về SMC và mình sẽ quay lại cái buổi học đấy cùng với các bạn nhé. So Roman, I have the last question for this today interview. For many people who want to learn the SMC trading method, do you have any suggestions or any advices for them? And after this video, if the viewer want to contact you because they have the question, they have the thought, they have the idea, how can they contact you?
All right, so for me, the best way to educate yourself with strategy, SMC especially, it's just YouTube, watching videos on YouTube. And also you can buy books, but the best way is just to find someone who also teach on YouTube. And the way to contact me is actually on Telegram and Instagram. So for Instagram it's Peep Center, and for Telegram you will also find the link in the description.
Yeah. So thank you so much for taking your time to joining this interview.
Come on.
Yeah. Vậy thì ở trong cái buổi phỏng vấn ngày hôm nay thì mình sẽ dừng lại ở đây thôi vì nó khá là dài rồi. Nên là nếu các bạn có những cái điều gì các bạn muốn hỏi Roman về SMC thì các bạn hãy nhắn cho bạn ấy ở trên Telegram hoặc Instagram. Và đối với mình thì SMC vẫn là một cái lĩnh vực mới và mình sẽ tiếp tục học thêm, và nếu có những cái gì mới thêm thì mình sẽ chia sẻ cho các bạn. Và một lần nữa cảm ơn mọi người luôn dành thời gian theo dõi video của mInvest, và hẹn gặp lại các bạn trong video lần sau. Xin chào.